35s and what was your involvement in them?
The 35s were actually a bunch of Jewish housewives who heard about a young woman called Reza Palatnik who was in the Ukraine and had been taken away by the KGB. A few of us got together and decided that we could identify with her and we had to do something about it. So we called around to women who came to sit on a vigil outside the Soviet consulate on the Sunday morning, which was after we'd heard the news. 35 women in black sat outside the consulate, and then some of us decided that we would sleep all night on the streets. It had never been heard of before.
Wow.
Maybe the suffragettes had done it, but nobody had ever done that. So we caught the eye of the press, and the next morning when we got up fairly grubby from sleeping all night on the streets, we had a call from one of the newspapers to say they had found Reza Palatnik and her parents had visited her. So we had our first success. And then we sat together to think about what we could do next. And the following Sunday, a week later, 1,000 women in black from all over the country marched along Whitehall to the Houses of Parliament. 1,000 women marched up Whitehall to the Houses of Parliament with banners saying, "Release Reza Palatnik."
Wow.
And that's how we became known as the 35s.
Fantastic. Yeah. It's an amazing story.
Now, Lily, you could be my granddaughter, okay? My children were involved. My son, one was a student, one was only 5, but they were involved. But you could be my granddaughter. So what do you know about the 35s?
I'm a little bit embarrassed to say that I don't really know that much about it. But I do know about refusenikim. Weren't they Jews who were denied visas to leave the USSR?
That's right. And they were not just denied visas. The moment they had applied and were denied visas, they were considered as traitors. And they became persona non grata in their society. They usually lost their jobs. They were professors, they were scientists, they were computer experts, all kinds of jobs. And they lost their jobs. And in the Soviet Union, you have to work, otherwise you go to prison. So they took all kinds of menial jobs. But the refuseniks were the people that we, the 35s, adopted. And we adopted families in order to give them the hope and to give them the knowledge that people outside were working for them. So that was our connection with the refuseniks, but they became like our own families. Did you hear about that from your mother or from anybody? Grandmother, maybe?
Don't ask me that.
Oh, you don't want to say it? Oh, okay. Where did your family come from originally?
So, Natalie, you were living in the Ukraine at the time. What did you know about what was going on?
אני נולדתי בקייב, באוקראינה. כשעליתי לארץ, כשעוד הייתי ילדה, ולא ידעתי על סירובניקים, כלום. לא דיברו על זה, לא בתקשורת ולא בטלוויזיה. שכנים, בין השכנים זה היה סתר מוחלט. ואני בתור ילדה לא ידעתי על זה. עכשיו כשבאתי, ידעתי על זה רק כשהגעתי ארצה, באמת, כשדיברתי עם אנשים, אז גיליתי שהיה תופעה כזאת. עכשיו יש לי 2 ילדים קטנים. ואני מאוד מאוד חשוב לי שהם ידעו שזה חלק של היסטוריה, זה מאוד חשוב לי לחינוך שלהם, מאוד חשוב לי שהם ידעו, שהדור שלהם, דור הביתה על זה.
נכון, ותראה מה שזה עשה. יותר מ1,000,000 אנשים מברית המועצות הגיעו לארץ, ואנחנו גרמנו את ההתפרקות של ברית המועצות.
Natalie and Zelda, this is a unique and impressive story about Jewish solidarity and female empowerment, and it has to be preserved for future generations.
Yeah, we got to tell this story to everyone. Let my